wasn't an issue.
Yeah. Well done, Ben.
With Paddington.
That's a good bear.
It was a good
It's a
bear.
very good bear. So I've just got a little notification pop up. I think there was a problem with the multi-stream, and we've only just connected to YouTube and Twitter, which is wonderful. So hello, YouTube and Twitter.
Wow, the amount of times I've said today that we're streaming on YouTube and Twitter. Whoops.
We're doing really well. If you're joining us now, which hello, YouTube and Twitter. It's going so well, man. I also have to this is going to be a real pain in the ass. Basically, the software we use to stream out to multiple locations, they suck now. So I need to swap or try and find a different way to do that, because it does kind of work. I quite like being able to reach like different platforms like immediately, because I don't think anyone should have to only go to Twitch to only see stuff on Twitch. Like, I don't see the point in that. But in order to use a different piece of software, we also need to change the streaming software itself, which is going to be a real pain in the ass. So basically, this company have kind of fucked me up a little bit, which is great. Thanks for that. Thank you, Restream. You suck. Yeah, they basically changed their.
It's alright, Liam's a wizard.
Hello, I am a techno wizard, but I also like software that makes it easy for me. Restream put out a thing today that basically said the headline was stream to unlimited channels, which makes you go, yeah, that's what I want. But what it said was, when you upgrade to this new thing, here are the new packages as of July, and you can only stream to 2 places. So I'm like, well, that's not great, because I don't necessarily mind like only being able to stream to 2 for my music streams. That's a real pisser, because actually it's quite nice to go out to YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, LinkedIn is actually quite nice to be able to stream to as well. So I don't really want to lose any one of them, because they all sort of serve a different purpose. So fuck you, Restream. Suck a dick. Consensually. Yeah, so that's Liam's tirade. I thought I would have a plug and a non-plug. My plug for today, Ben, I'm going to plug something. Is that okay?
Well, I don't know. Is it alright on Twitch, YouTube and Twitter?
No.
Plug things?
I'm going to show Ben and I'm going to show the audience. This is the first book that oh, it's backwards. Curse you.
Turn it round.
Hang on. Nope. Let me flip myself. That's a real treat. This is genuinely the first book that I've read in 15 years. Because if you're watching this, you might know that I can't read. So the fact that I've been able to read anything is amazing. Flip vertically. Oh, no, I'm upside down. God damn it! Why would you do that? Right, hang on. This is going to be so worth it. Like, if you can read backwards,
Solidarity.
You don't need to give solidarity, Ben. It's okay. Transport. This is going really well. Yes, Mr. Jackson doesn't like Restream. He also doesn't like Streamlabs OBS, which is what I'm using currently, which I'm also going to have to stop using. IBS.
UBS.
Flip horizontal. Okay, everybody read this book before I flip back. Steal Like an Artist, Austin Kleon. This is the first book I've read in about 15 years. I'm going to flip back now. I also got his other 2 books, which are all quite good. Show Your Work and keep going. These are really good books. I've basically been trying to read more and listen to more audiobooks about creative processes and just stuff. Not because I necessarily think I need to get better at these things. I'm just trying to open myself up to new ideas, and it makes me feel a little more like I can be productive as a freelancer rather than just listening to podcasts, because podcasts are great and everything, but they're not necessarily the most informative things. I I tend to use podcasts how most people use the radio. It's just stuff I like to have on and familiar voices that I like. Whereas actually, if I want to focus and do something and get better at making stuff or being creative or marketing, I tend to find that audiobooks are better. So that has been my my bedtime book for the last few nights. I finished it in 3 evenings. It's a couple hundred pages, but like most of the pages are big Sharpie drawings of smiley faces. So
I thought that was going to be the end of the sentence. Most of the pages are big.
yeah, no, these are
Means it's a smart book.
These are tiny. Like half the pages are just big words like that. So that's really helpful.
Is no graphy.
Yeah.
No, but he's gone.
And then half the things have got like little. I'm not sure who to show first. It's kind of written like that, so it's real easy to sort of read and digest. Sorry, Ben's up there. You're over there. Nothing. So yeah, that's Austin Kleon books I've been really enjoying. That's my positive plug, and my unplug is fuck you, Restream. Ben, you got anything to plug? We're not doing the plugs because it's the end. I started plugging stuff because I hadn't said anything in a while.
We're not really plugging things anymore as we used to, are we?
No, we don't really have
talk about stuff we like. This is a much less structured, more
gentler.
chilled back version of the live stream that we used to do that required actual preparation and
much
work.
more chilled back. Way more chilled back.
This is the book that I'm reading at the moment.
Oh, nice. I've heard. I am sort of familiar with Robert Rankin. I've heard of that book. How are you finding it?
Well, I genuinely found it at my granddad's bowls club about 4 years ago for 50p. I grabbed it because someone had recommended Robert Rankin to me.
Yes.
I hadn't read the back. And then when I finished Terry Pratchett's Discworld after 3 years of reading.
Yeah.
So I grabbed this off of my to-be-read pile. I read the first bit of the blurb, which I shall read to you now.
Yes, please do.
Once upon a time, Jack set out to seek his fortune in the big city. But when Jack finally gets there, it is Toy City, formerly known as Toy Town, and there is a serial killer loose on the streets.
Oh, no.
I thought, hey, that sounds fun, interesting, bit of a weird take on things. And then I was about I hadn't started reading it yet, and I showed this to my friend, and they read the back and went, "What the fuck are you? What?" I hadn't read the rest.
Oh.
I will read the rest to you.
Please do.
One by one, the old rich nursery rhyme characters are being brutally slaughtered. The Toy City police are getting nowhere. Bill Winky, Private Eye, has also mysteriously vanished, leaving only his sidekick, Eddie Bear, to take care of business. Again, sounds...
I can get on board.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
But Eddie's ready, and when he teams up with Jack, the two set out on an epic adventure. Not to mention a lot of heavy drinking, bad behaviour, fast car chases, gratuitous sex, and violence, bizarre toy fetishism, and all-around grossness.
I'm into it.
I'm into it as well. It's not what I expected.
No.
The third part of that blurb...
It's a real turn.
It's not where I thought this book would be.
And how gross is it? You're what, like a quarter in by the looks of it?
I am just shy of 100 pages. Yeah, just over a quarter of the way through, coming up to the third. We've had some cannibalism.
Nice.
Drinking, dangerous driving, and we have just got to what could arguably be called a bit of body horror.
Nice.
Yeah, a Weeble.
A Weeble.
You know, the Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
They're famous for it.
Yeah, it's a legally distinct Weeble. His name is Wibble.
Wibble.
And in brackets, whenever he wobbles, it comes up in brackets, but doesn't fall down.
Yeah. It's a Wibble. He ought to fall. He's all right.
But yeah,
he's not going anywhere.
It's cool. It's good. I like it. I described it I described it at the pub. It's like Terry Pratchett meets Salvador Dali.
Okay,
It's
melty.
funny and it's clever, but you've really got to squint and turn to be like, oh yeah, yeah, no.
like any of my jokes. Like, yeah, no, that is the cadence of a joke, I
I
suppose.
mean, one of the lines in there was, "It is a well-known fact to those who know the fact well."
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Yep, fine. No problem with that.
absolutely correct.
While we're on the subject of books, this is breaking news. I just received a very exciting email that you might have also received. The new Ghost Hunters Adventures Club book is available.
Did you want to? I received a less exciting email.
Oh.
The 2 copies of Ghost Hunters Adventure Club, and was it the Train to Nowhere?
Yes.
That I had pre-ordered, and I thought I'd paid for. Hadn't actually paid for them.
Ah.
And they were like, "You haven't paid, and we should deliver it soon." I went, "But I don't." What?
You haven't paid, but they'll deliver it nonetheless. That's
no,
service.
they're not going to deliver it, and they've only just told me that I hadn't paid for it.
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, but
Right.
okay, it's fine. I'll just go to the shop to get it tomorrow." Nope, doesn't come out in this country.
No.
Another month and a bit.
Um.
So instead of getting that nice book tomorrow, gonna wait 6 weeks.
I'm just going to see if it's up
But
on
yay.
Audible. Dr. Cecil H.
Yay, Game Grumps. Yay, Ghost Hunters Adventure Club. I ordered 2 copies of it because one's for Grandma.
Nice. Very nice. Not currently on Audible. That's fine. I'll deal with that.
No, because I think it comes out tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I mean, they normally have that sort of thing on pre-order, but it's possible they haven't recorded it yet. This is a comedy novel that's an offshoot of Game Grumps. If you're familiar with Game Grumps, this could just be something that purely entertains me and Ben. Really is hard to tell. This is like being at the pub with us when me and Ben just like go on our little tirades about nothing, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're very enthusiastic about whatever this is."
I don't understand, but they're having fun.
Yeah, it seems that they're really into it.
People have sex.
What was that?
I don't know what's going on, but everyone seems to be enjoying themselves.
Yes, good for them. Good for them. How was your day today and yesterday, the Monday and Tuesday? We haven't heard about your Monday and Tuesday. We've heard a lot about your Sunday. We have not heard about
Monday
your Monday and
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Is not that I was at work a lot.
Fun. Funsies.
One of the things that I wanted to discuss,
Mm-hmm.
which was linked to our recent episode featuring guest Marcel.
Yeah.
From New York.
New York. 2 recent episodes.
I watched Encanto.
Right. Okay. Are we going to not be friends after today?
I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's definitely not the worst thing.
It's not the traditional story of, oh, there is something to overcome.
Yeah.
There's normally a physical manifestation of the thing that needs to be beaten.
Yes.
If
No,
you've not
you're
seen
right.
Encanto, maybe spoilers. I might keep it vague.
If you've not seen Encanto, shriek at the top of your voice. If you're wearing headphones, you're going to have to shout louder. Don't take the headphones off.
A bit more.
Just keep yelling at the top of your lungs, and then when you pass out, by the time you come to again, we'll probably not be talking about Encanto anymore. Yeah? Just looking out for our fans.
I mean, I can't hear anything, so either everyone's seen it or they've passed out already.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I could sort of see both points. Like, it's not traditional as in the fight thing. It was like if it was a superhero thing where the power is inside them all along. It would have felt a bit like a cop out. But it was an interesting way to. I've not seen a movie done like that before.
No, certainly.
Where like the baddie basically seems to be just sort of like self-doubt.
Yeah.
like as soon as people started not thinking or not believing, then they sort of.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it seems to be that the young girl dealing with.
Okay, we've been asked for no spoilers, but
Oh no, that was to do with Top Gun Maverick. I
okay.
assume
Paul Cruz is in it.
Paul Cruz. I've not seen Top Gun Maverick. I'm probably not gonna see it. I don't get the fuss around Top Gun. Soz.
I've not seen Top Gun.
So I'm probably not gonna see Maverick. Yeah, Encanto's an interesting one. I think it has got some of the best songs because like Lin-Manuel Miranda is just unstoppable.
Oh, the Strong Woman's song,
Jesus.
Pressure.
Jesus Christ.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Modern day Disney Pixar song.
Oh, easy. Yeah,
hands
yeah.
down.
Disney weren't expecting that song to be quite as popular as it was, and they didn't have enough merchandise apparently for that character. They thought it would all be the Stephanie Beatriz character that everyone wanted a doll of, or the really pretty girl that they wanted a doll of, and everyone's just like, nah, Strong Woman, please.
Yeah. Because
Really
she
funny.
was awesome.
Yeah, she was.
And that song was fucking
It's
phenomenal.
It's the best. It just is. Yeah. Yeah, I like Encanto. It was the most I've enjoyed. I don't go out of my way to watch Disney films, but it is the most I have enjoyed a Disney film in like ever. I think, except for like seeing Hercules as a kid, maybe. Like.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you know,
I will watch
good.
particularly Pixar, but Disney Pixar movies as a grown up because I still enjoy them.
Yeah.
But in a different way than I did as a child.
I suppose WALL-E was also quite good. I only saw that like in the last year for the first time. I really enjoyed that.
WALL-E's good. It feels like it was made to make everyone be tidy, and it was like 10 years ago, and no one's tidy.
Yeah.
Still.
No.
Moana was probably the last one that I enjoyed as much.
That's a good point. Yeah, no, Moana was good. Moana was really good.
But yeah, I enjoyed.
Also had really good songs. Moana.
No, in fact, sorry about it, but I'm going to talk about Bruno.
Yeah, I think you're allowed to.
Going into the movie, I knew absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Apart from house and songs and animated. But I had a feeling that I was going to like Bruno. I thought he was going to be the baddie, or even like a little silly baddie or something like that. But I thought I'm going to like him. I didn't expect his character to go the way it did, and I did not expect to fall in love with Bruno.
Oh, Bruno's the best.
100%.
Yeah.
He's my favourite, and I loved him, and we should always talk about Bruno.
Anyway,
that's enough about Bruno.
Also, John Leguizamo is great in everything he does. So,
What else has he been in?
He was.
That's a name that I always remember and recognise, but can never put a
Probably
face
because I talk about John Leguizamo all the time. He was Mercutio in Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet. I think he was the one who you see at the very start of the show, like in a petrol station, and he's got a little waistcoat and two guns.
Yes, he's Sid from.
Sid from Ice Age.
Yes.
He's also Toulouse-Lautrec in Moulin Rouge.
I will apologise that we may have had this conversation a couple of times on stream or on podcast. But it's just one of the names that does not stick in my head.
He's a really interesting character actor, and Zach and Mish from Auntie Donna, they do a podcast specifically about John Leguizamo, and that's why I'm so up to date on John Leguizamo.
That's where I remember it from.
They watch every week. They watch something that John Leguizamo has been in, and they review it. And a lot of it is really, really crappy movies from the 90s. But he's done a lot of good stuff. At the moment, they're doing his entire run on ER, so every single episode of ER is an episode of the podcast. So that's going to take a while for them to do. But I don't mind it. I do not mind it. It's a fun show. Have you seen the new Auntie Donna sketch, The Estate Agents?
I have them on Instagram.
Okay.
I don't follow them quite as adamantly as you do.
No, that would be difficult.
But I'm not against watching it. I just haven't.
Yeah, fair enough. I think it's been out for a few days, so I wondered if you just happened to have seen it. It's pretty good. It's like a minute, so it's
I've
not
seen
even
memes.
Yes, they have a lot of memes. They've got the Kiln posting page on Facebook is a good waste of time. So what's changed since the last stream? Oh, I did all the things I said I was going to do.
Talk about those things while I fill my glass up with water.
I went to see the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra accompany the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring at the Royal Albert Hall.
Bastard!
It was ridiculous. I will take Ben next time. Nearly cried. It was great. It was a whole big thing. There's an anvil. I didn't know there was an anvil in that score. When they go into the Isengard mines, when Saruman's turned evil and he's digging everything. Spoilers, by the way. When he's dug up all the trees and like you go down into the mines, he's got like an anvil in the score for no reason. And there was an anvil on the stage with the Royal Orchestra. It was stupid.
Yeah, because it sounds awesome.
It does sound awesome.
Isn't there also someone just with... I don't know if it's the anvil as well, but there's someone just with a load of chains just...
I think there were chains as well.
Or something.
There was chains, there was bowed cymbals. My favourite thing was... It's a long-ass film, and you've got an orchestra playing you, so there is a nice interval. In the first half of the film, there's like this little squad of like 3 or 4 like folk players, so like a guitarist, accordion, dulcimer, mandolin, and they just fuck off in the interval because there's no Shire stuff in the second half.
The film's not happy anymore.
Yep. So, and the accordion player, I think, is in literally the first 20 minutes, and then he just sits there all smug for the rest of it, like, ha 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 ha, I'm making the same amount of money. He's probably not. He's probably on like half the wage because he's only doing half the show. But like,
yeah, but think about it. He gets to see the second half of Lord of the Rings accompanied by the Philharmonic Orchestra for free.
I reckon, considering it was like a 4-day run, they were in the boozer. I reckon.
All right, but they get to see it free once.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Sorry, you should get pissed.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it was really good. There was like a huge choir as well, and like featured singers and stuff. Yeah, it was proper good. The seats were a little bit scary because they were quite high up.
Wasn't the same as O2, was it?
No, it wasn't quite as bad, but we did have like a little bit of a flashback. Fortunately, though, the crisps that they sell at the Royal Albert are very, very bacony. The bacon flavoured crisps. We didn't have the other kind. I don't know how they are, but they were very, very bacony.
Did you know that I went to see Cats at the Royal Albert Hall?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Cats, not the terrible film with bumholes.
No,
the actual dancing,
the theatre. Yeah.
With one character who is basically Jesus Christ, but a cat. Old Deuteronomy, who was played by Brian Blessed.
He was.
It's coming all full circle.
Yeah.
This is the great thing about Brian Blessed, and arguably the Royal Albert Hall, linked to everything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, was that like in early Cats days then? Because I think he was the original cast member for Deuteronomy, because he wasn't in the famous film, I don't think. Or was this might have been like a one-off, I suppose, if it was at the Royal Albert, because it's not normally theatre.
I would have been 9.
Okay, so it might have been like a one-off.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, fair. You don't still have the
10 years ago. And no more.
Ben, did you smear yourself in ugly grease? It looks like you smeared yourself.
Yeah, I got it from your mum's face. From the... Shut up.
Yeah, no, she has a terrible face.
It's all the ugly grease.
Yeah, she keeps rubbing her face in those ugly underneaths of cars.
Talking talking about things,
Yes, we are. That's true.
I I watched some Disney Plus last night.
Bloody hell. On
Just
purpose?
under just under 3 hours of Disney Plus.
Was it Obi-Wan Kenobi?
It was Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Uh,
Have you seen Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I have seen up to and including Zach Braff as the mole. By the way, Zach Braff was that mole.
Was it Zach Braff?
Yeah.
Cool. Because when I watched it, I was like, is that Seth Rogen?
I'm going to Google, just to be sure. Because I was in a pub when I was given this information, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't just believe that. Zach Braff. Not Obituary. Obi-Wan.
Zach Braff, as in JD from Scrubs?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, he was Freck. That guy with a voice that doesn't sound like Zach Braff was.
So the guy who sounds like Seth Rogen
Yeah.
was actually played by tiny little squeaky voiced JD from Scrubs.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, well, I've just found a YouTube clip of that, which I'm going to open and then pause and then watch because. Wow. Cool. So yeah,
I've seen up to and including that episode, so there might be another one out already. I'm not sure.
No, you've seen all 3 of them.
Cool.
Because there's only 3 out. What did you think?
I like it.
Let's talk about it without spoilers, just because.
Zach Braff is in it. Yeah, no, I'm really fond of it. I'm the kind of guy that that by all rights would be really into the extended lore of the Star Wars universe. Like, that would make total sense. It just happens that I like Star Wars. I'm quite easily pleased by new Star Wars films. I'm into all of them. They're all fine. I even thought the Han Solo movie was fine. I'm into Obi-Wan, and I do happen to think it's like some of the best Star Wars stuff, including a lot of the films. I also really liked Boba Fett and the Mandalorian. I thought they were good. I think this might be better than. It's certainly better than Boba Fett.
Yes.
I
still haven't finished Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it just sort of started. Personally, I felt that it sort of started being like, okay, here we are. This is Boba Fett. We're doing the thing.
Boba Fett.
Oh, something else.
Boba Fett feels a bit like the middle seasons of Game of Thrones, where you're pretty sure they should be doing something. But every episode, it's like, we've taken one baby step towards the end goal that you have forgotten.
Yeah.
But the world building was quite nice, and you got to see quite a lot of like the planet and like these characters coming in and out. So like you could forgive it for that. It wasn't like Game of Thrones where it's like, hey, nothing's happening, and it's just castles. That you've already seen.
Movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to the nothing castle.
Back to the big castle of castles and fuck all. So it's definitely better than Boba Fett, and I didn't mind Boba Fett at all. So far I'd say it's probably as good as the first season of Mandalorian, which I really enjoyed.
Yes, yeah, it has that sort of feel to it.
And I think it has potential to do better than those, because crucially, the central character is not wearing a mask, so can emote a little bit harder. I think Ewan McGregor is ridiculous. I think he's one of the best actors. I'm into it so far. And I'm excited to see how it goes. What I was saying just about like the extended lore and stuff is that it would make sense that I was totally up to date on like all the Inquisitors and stuff. I've only just started playing that Star Wars game that came out years ago. I've already forgotten the name of it.
Fallen Order.
Thank you, Ben. Yeah, I've only just started playing Fallen Order, so like, still not really sure what an Inquisitor is, but I get the gist of it. They're looking for the men, right?
Yes, that is basically the entire.
That's
Yeah,
all of Star Wars. Someone's looking for
that's
these
what
men.
they are. They're looking for the men.
Yeah. No, I'm into Obi-Wan. Yeah, Omar Zambon's basically finding the same. Pretty good. Definitely better than Boba. Oh, good to have you on board for a bit, Omar. Take care. Enjoy your podcast. We're recording a shitload of podcasts tomorrow, so there will be. You won't notice that because you just get the same weekly episodes, but it's good for us.
Ah, the sun. Sorry, I just opened my blind because it was getting dark and now it's burning into my face.
It is. It does look like you have a problem. That shining 8 p.m. sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Obi-Wan's good. What else have
Bye,
I watching?
Omar. I only just got the thing saying that they were going.
Been watching West Wing for no reason. Fucking Stranger Things. You've been watching Stranger Things.
I mean, I asked you about Obi-Wan because I wanted to talk about Obi-Wan.
Sorry,
but
yeah,
I've done that too.
Tell us about Obi-Wan. What would you like to tell us about Obi-Wan?
I think that it's great. It is. I agree. I think it's one of the one of the best Star Wars things that have come out. Yeah. I'm not a huge Star Wars person.
Sure.
Or at least not as much as people would think. Granted, I have a picture of Darth Vader on the wall behind me.
Yeah.
But I'm not like super obsessed or really into the things and stuff. Again, I don't think that this is spoiler free because as long as you've seen the trailers. Darth Vader's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably is.
And I don't know if he's always been that scary or if they're trying to like sort of scrub the like forget the kid that was in the prequels. That's not him anymore. He's Darth Vader. The things happened here. I love that in the intro, the recap, they somehow managed to make all of the prequels look good.
Yeah, they took the good bits.
They condensed 3 movies into about 2.5 minutes,
which is all it needed, really.
Probably helped. But yeah, I really care and I feel for the characters, and I watched it with Misha just one after the other, going yes, next, come on, this is great. And it's also made me really realise how important being on location is.
Right. Okay.
Because there's bits where the characters are walking outside, which is genuinely made me happy to see in a Star Wars film.
Right.
Because the last time we saw Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan, I mean, it was against green screen for the entire film, all of the film.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
And it really drove home how important it is to be immersed, for the actors to, I suppose, literally be immersed in an environment instead of all just copied and pasted in later, because it really... I find it difficult to get lost in TV series and to sort of like ignore to get away from the film part of my brain going, oh, cool, that's how they did this with the camera.
Yes.
This is how they did this. This is how they did that. For something to get me not thinking that, big old thumbs up.
Yeah. No, it's really easy to get distracted by all that stuff once you know, like, even a little bit about cameras, isn't it? Yeah, I think you're right as well. Like just physically being in that heat and being like in the sand is gonna like help you act the crap out of it. Especially when those are real locations as well, and you're not on a Star Destroyer doing whatever.
I'm not on green next to green.
Yeah, I mean, even if they build the actual set, it's still like, if it's not a real location, it's hard to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they painted in some of the extra mountains and stuff.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Even just foreground and midground is.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm really excited to see what happens there. You've been watching Stranger Things?
Yes, I have finished Stranger Things.
Same as well, not quite finished, but like finished
I'm
what is available.
up to date with all the Stranger Things that is
Yes.
available.
This might be like some of the best Stranger Things because couldn't really tell you what happened in season 2 and 3, other than ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I completely agree with you. I think that this is the best series of Stranger Things. I thought that the last episode, easily the best episode of Stranger
Oh
Things.
shit, the bed. Yeah.
Arguably one of the best, certainly Netflix episodes, or possibly episodes of TV within recent years. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I both loved and hated the fact that every time they finished a scene, they would go straight to black and hold on to black for just a little bit too long because you're like, more, please.
Yeah.
Don't fucking roll those
no,
credits.
you're right.
Don't roll those credits.
Yeah, yeah.
And then another scene would start, and you go, yes.
Thank God. Yeah, I'd sort of not noticed that, but you're absolutely right.
Every time that happened, I was bouncing up and down on my sofa, just going, more, come on, please,
Yeah.
more, yes.
My favourite thing about it is the incredibly accurate representation of metalheads from my experience, in that you have totally made yourself an outcast. You have done this to yourself by being insufferable. And now you get to wear stupid Dio back patches and listen to Wasp like a fucking loser.
We self-identifying a little much, Liam.
Yeah, no, it's what I'm saying is like he's incredibly accurate, but it was accurate insofar as it made me go, yeah, no, these people have done this to themselves.
Yeah, but I don't think that that's necessarily a reason to immediately be assumed to be a murderer.
No, but I was talking more in terms of like the popularity and like the high school politics and stuff. But the whole satanic panic thing I think is really interesting, and I love that they brought that in, because from what I understand of the satanic panic in Dungeons and Dragons, that's how it happened. It was like, oh no, a death. I wonder if it was those Satan men. Yeah.
I bet it was all those people who don't go outside that went outside, and yeah.
Those people who are afraid of the outside, who sit in their little bedrooms talking about killing demons. I wonder if they worship demons. Stupid men.
Probably not.
Probably. Almost probably not.
I don't know if how up to date you are with questing time.
Not in the slightest.
Okay, this isn't a spoiler.
Cool.
But they are talking about so Stranger Things, the terminology used are actual D&D terms.
Yes.
So I think like Demigorgon and Mind Flayer.
Yeah.
The D&D entity that they're talking about in Stranger Things 4 is also being talked about in questing time.
Interesting. Okay.
So I was like, hey, look, it's the thing. He's the guy from the thingy.
Yeah, that's really fun. I've just struggled to. The thing I like about Netflix and streaming is that I can watch shit whenever I want. The problem with there being a show that is a live show is that if I'm not around when that's actually like it's questing time, like all streams, is better when it's live, right? It just is, because you can interact, you feel like you're part of a community watching something unfold. So if I'm not able to watch it when it's live, I find it really hard to catch up. So I missed a chunk out towards the end of last year, and then I was on it a little more at the start of this year, and then I just haven't had Wednesdays free. So yeah. I need to like watch it twice the speed or something.
I mean, I guess I got into the habit, and this is how I caught up.
Yeah.
I have hour lunch breaks.
Right.
So when I was at work, I'd be like, I can bang on 45 minutes of questing time, almost like any day that I was at work.
Yeah.
And then I'd catch up, and then that's a nice way to spend lunch. And then if I wanted to watch someone I got home, that's an extra hour, and you can catch up that way. So that's now quite a nice way for me to have my lunch if I don't have the Wednesday. Sometimes I don't have Wednesdays free.
Yeah.
And then when I do, when I watch Questing Time, and I'm distracted, I go, oh, I'll do this. Oh, what were they saying? I'll rewind.
Yes. Yeah.
Can't do that.
No, it's tricky, isn't it? Yeah, I need to find a way to catch up. Maybe I'll stop listening to self-help podcasts and do that.
Yeah, I was about to say you can have it. I have it on in the background sometimes.
I mean,
listen to older episodes in the background.
It is something that me and Laura watched together for like ages, but I don't think she'll give a shit at this point if I try to catch up. We are off to Liverpool on the weekend.
So you are.
Because I love the Rolling Stones.
And Liverpool gathers no moss.
Like the model.
That's Kate.
Yes. I don't know. I don't get the moss bit.
A Rolling Stone gathers no moss?
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. No, I was making a not knowing who the Beatles are joke.
Oh, I didn't understand.
Yes, no, that makes... Yeah. No, the main reason we're going is so I can get a picture next to the Beatles and I can be like, lol, I love the Rolling Stones. I'm doing it almost entirely to piss Si off.
Well, I mean, that punchline's been spoiled.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't care. It's mostly for me.
Si doesn't listen to this.
No. Well, he does sometimes. Yeah. What are you up to? You got big plans on the horizon? Looking at your calendar, I see.
I mean, my main thing's Brian Blessed.
Yes.
I mean, this evening, I don't think we've got a huge... I don't know. I'm knackered, so I don't know how much longer we're going to be doing this, but not a huge amount longer. My plans for this evening is to start watching The Boys.
Nice. Oh yeah, no, I'll probably do the same actually.
Essentially, I've been so busy with work or going to see National Treasures or streaming or recording or people's birthdays or just fucking drama that I like to sit the ass down and actually enjoy something.
Yeah.
I'm aware. I'm saying this after having watched 3 episodes of Kenobi yesterday, but that also was after 6 hours on a train.
Yeah, no, I think you're allowed to.
Which isn't as relaxing as you would think.
No, it's really not.
Because you do. Yeah. Yes, you're just sat there not doing much, but it's not comfortable.
No.
And you've got to be planning the next steps.
Yeah.
Which could all easily fuck up completely.
Yeah.
They could just go, no more trains. Why not shut up, no more trains?
Yeah. Even when I was doing like Cambridge to Norwich like 4 times a week or whatever, like, and it's a single line, like it is impossible to like fall asleep or do anything productive, really, because you're just being jolted around the entire time, and then sometimes, hey, a fox, and then the person next to you farts themselves to death, and just all sorts.
Southwestern Railway. Foxes and death farts.
I'm looking forward to recording an ass load of episodes tomorrow. I think that's going to be fun. I think we have enough questions in the hat. I really should pack my bag. I'm not going to forget an SD card. I'm not going to forget the power cable. I'm not going to forget the questions.
I've got a power cable. As long as you remember the SD card and it's got room on it.
Yeah.
Those are the important things.
I need to find an SD card. I'll put that here so I remember to do that.
I really need to make this place
good.
Maybe not hospitable, habitable.
So the big thing that's happened that we've sort of immediately forgotten about is Freestyle Cowboy Showdown is now out.
I don't think we immediately forgot about it. I think we just talked about it a fair bit on the last stream and didn't want to start off by going. Yes.
No, I just want to draw people's attention to that, especially because of all the GIFs I made. Yeah, it's up on the Odd Creative YouTube. In fact, I should probably just drop a link in. That might be helpful, eh? It's yeah, I'm a big fan of the stuff we make. Let's give that a little droppy poos into the chat. There you go.
There it is.
It's a good film, yo. Minor spoilers. Try not to die, Ben. Minor spoilers for the Power of the Dog, but also, I wouldn't worry about watching it.
If you're into that sort of thing, I reckon you probably already watched it. If you haven't, give it a little look. I fully intended to watch it, but the more work we did on this, the less necessary me watching it became.
Excuse me. Yes. No, you're absolutely right.
We finished it, and now it's out, and I still haven't seen the original.
Yeah.
I think, much the same, I'm pissing tired, and when I'm not busy, I like to fill my time with things that I know that I will like, instead of a 2.5-hour experimental film about cowboys and toxic masculinity.
I mean, it's not experimental. It's definitely a film. It's just a long film. It's experimental in that it's sort of a play on the Western genre, but like,
sure, that
it is also a slog, like it really is. But also we made a load
we're
of
not
gifts.
judging if that's the sort of stuff you like.
If you like bad films, you go nuts. You do what you want to do.
Why is it? We didn't say it was bad.
No, I don't.
Oh.
I'm a big fan of these gifts, I gotta say. I think we can probably wrap up there, buddy, because we've got. I'm going to see you in 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Anything to say to the lovely Patreon, the lovely pod babies? Excuse me. Some of you are Patreon pod babies, but not all. Anything to say to the pod babies before we fuck off?
Pod babies, thank you for joining us. If you want to be a Patreon pod baby, then that means you can help us make the show better. It means you can help pay for my coffee tomorrow morning. So
yes, please.
When we start recording, I'm not quite as miserable.
Is that all it
normal.
takes?
It might actually be worth listening to.
Yeah. That's how you make. You really basically, if you don't enjoy the show, it's kind of your own fault at this
It's
point.
your fault for not giving us money.
Made it very easy. We really
give us money. We'll be better. You'll be happier. The world goes round.
Yeah.
Share it with your friends. Follow us on Instagram.
I want
Just
you.
have a nice day.
I
hope
want you.
You've had a lovely day, and the Jubilee either was not an inconvenience to you, or at least not an inconvenience.
Had
I hope
nice
you
spin
enjoyed
on
it.
it.
Had a nice time.
I want you to find someone who you don't think will enjoy the conversation at podcast. I want you to sit them down and explain to them in plain English why they're a fucking idiot. I want you to make them listen to all of the episodes on the same app, please.
Why they're wrong.
And demonstrate why they're wrong. And if you can't change their mind, you've just got to kill them. You just got to take your axe, start cutting, and flush the body parts down the toilet. And if they're too big, move house. Get a bigger toilet. What are you doing? This is no way to live. Going to take a poo and get a hand up your ass? Oh, I thought I flushed you. I'm having a terrible time, okay?
They say that one of the most stressful things in life is
letting Liam
house.
talk.
Now, Liam is suggesting that you do that whilst also moving a body.
No, you don't have to move the body. That's the thing.
But you'd have to move it to the new toilet, which is in the other house.
No, you burn the old house down, Ben, with the corpse bits in it.
Well, then you don't need the toilet. Well, you do, because you've burnt your house down.
You've got to break into your local dentistry and destroy the dental records for that particular person. So when they find the body, you'll be like, "That was my twin," who no one know about. Don't worry about it. If you tell the police to not worry about it, legally, they have to not worry about it. I am not a lawyer.
That is true.
Hey, cop, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Works every time.
Okay, I'm a public servant. I can't.
Might just be because I'm white, but I'm pretty sure it works for everyone if you tell them not to worry about it. We need to leave. This has to end.
Yeah. Thank you for joining. Join us again.
Thank you, thank you. See you in a month.
Podcast has an editor. This doesn't. I don't know when we're leaving.
Thank you. See you in a month's time, just under a month's time, and there will be a new episode for you on Sunday with consequences. Oh, okay.
Follow me on Instagram, Spike Pearson, Pierson. At some point this evening, or possibly tomorrow, I'll put up pictures of me and Brian.
Bran.
Yeah.
I want you to hug someone who you think smells awful. A little bit of self-deprecating humour there from Ben. I'm going to press the start button now. I'm just going to press it. 1, 2, 3.
Start button.
Where do all the bad colours go when they break the law? They get sent to prison.